Hello, Gary Talks. It's me, Gary. Today I wanted to talk about something that just came into my mind. And as quickly as we think of it, it also goes. I'm listening to Aaron Doty. I think that's how you say his name. And he's talking about beliefs. And he's talking about, basically, it's cool when you have a feeling about something and then you watch something and someone else is talking about it and other people are talking about it and this and that. Because my learning about beliefs, and this is what I'm saying, like, people are like, you need to become a coach, you need to be certified, you need to go this and that. Yes, you need to learn techniques. I would say not everybody can just be a therapist. I think it takes training and intentionality and like learning and expanding your awareness and knowledge about a thing for you to be able to instruct others. So I feel that. And also I have lived a lot of things in this life. Maybe not enough to like coach somebody and advise them on things like directly, which is why I really enjoy YouTube as a space to just talk about my things. And if it resonates with people, it resonates. And if it doesn't, that's great too. And then we can talk about it, because that's the point of it all. We're not all going to see the same way. Contrast. So we didn't come here to like just be like, well, you're wrong and I'm right, or I disagree with that. All right, F you. I don't think that's what we came here for. I feel like we came to learn about all those things and then try to understand how we can integrate other people's experience into our experience. Not necessarily by, like, I feel like we think accepting means like taking on. And integrate too, I don't mean like absorbing and taking on, but like integrating in that, accepting that other people have different beliefs than you and will feel differently than you do. And very, very, like, most people and are like very opposite sometimes, and sometimes contrary to what you want and believe, and still they have a right to live however they want. Like, people who do fucked up things, they too deserve love. Maybe it's not you, maybe it's not me, but somebody gonna love them, and somebody does love them. And to be like, nah, they don't deserve no love is like, that says a lot about how you feel about love, as though it's a thing that you do to get to deserve it. And that's something to assess for yourself. I'm driving on Tillery, so I'm here on the Bronco. So what I was thinking about, of course, on the Bronco, like I said, get off this part before let's go. And we are good. Okay. So what I was thinking about today was a belief I have come upon in this moment of listening to this man. Because he said the most common beliefs are, I'm not enough or I'm not worthy, right? And I have felt that before, but it's really, I've told you this before, it's about the belief and how you say it, and when you find the resonance of the thing that you're trying to actually affirm for yourself, the real belief that you have, it hits me. So for a long time, for instance, I've been saying like, affirming I am enough, affirming I matter, I am valuable. And it would be good, but then I'd also be like, I know that though. And then one day when I was talking to Nate a couple months back, we were crying. We were talking about, this is one of our early conversations around non-monogamy. And I was crying because I was like, I feel like he would leave me if we did enter non-monogamy. And then it came upon me that the belief I really hold is, I don't believe that I can be loved the way that I want to be loved. And I have a belief that I don't deserve the kind of love that I want to love, that I want. I want a love where we are partners in crime, right? We're best friends, and we are also separate humans entirely. And when we come together, it's beautiful. And when we're not together, it's beautiful. And when we come together, there's so much to talk about, and we've done so much. That's the kind of relationship that I want. But I've always felt like I felt like my partner would leave me. I felt like if he went out, he would be with other people because, and this is the realization I had today, I'm not good enough. It's not that I'm not enough. I'm not good enough for that person. And that nuance for me, it resonates. It means a lot for me to have been able to find that. Because I think I've struggled a lot in my life with being, with this idea of good and bad. Like, I think I have a belief that I'm bad, which is why if I could never be good enough for love because I'm bad. Whoa. Thank you for confirming. Smacking me in the face. No, you're not. Because what is good and bad? And that's why I think my whole life and existence has really been about this exploration of what is good and bad, what is evil, what is that stuff really? Because I really do believe, I have a belief that I'm bad. And I think that's why the YouTube comments under the "and" hurt so much, because I believe that there's a part of me that doesn't deserve love. There's a part of me that thinks that I enjoy hurting people, and there's a part of me that thinks that, like, I'm wicked. There has always been a part of me. I've asked myself a lot, am I evil? If I was evil, would I know I was evil? Have I been evil in another life? Sometimes, yeah, I remember watching The Antichrist, and it didn't resonate because I didn't want to kill my mom when I was growing up. But I was also like, that devilish ass little boy. Is that what evil is? And we just have so many images of what evil is. That, like in the movies, it's like grand demonic presence, this, wickedness that is coming to destroy everything. And I've come to terms recently, like, I have a lot of Kalima energy. I'm a big destroyer. I come through to destroy people's old shit. I love, like, I've recently been organizing. I love organizing, man. And it feels like corny. For a long time I couldn't say that. It felt very corny to say, no, I love organizing. I think it is one of the most fulfilling experiences. To come into a space, see it in a different way than you could have ever seen it. Help you attain that by removing a bunch of your shit and then rearranging and imagining and breathing life into your space to create a sanctuary for you. I really fucks with organizing, bro. And oh man, it's some good stuff for the spirit. But what did I get into organizing? Destroying, right? To become this new space, the whole concept of your old space has to change. And that's why a lot of people can't wrap their minds around organizing. Like my mom, she was like really fed up and tired and with the space. Like, oh my God, we've been here for 15 years. It's horrible. It's like slouchy. I hate it. It's like grungy. Not making the most of her space. When I was living there for that little bit of time, I decided to do Marie Kondo shit to all my stuff. But it's weird to just do it to my stuff. So I was like, let's try to do it around the house. And we did it. It was I was learning to do it. So, we were going through it. And this is where I understand the importance of having a coach, somebody who's not messy, going through the experience, learning the things and sharing the insights. Someone who has done things, got the insights, and can guide you is definitely a lot. It's a lot nicer. This is why the organizing thing is cool. But it was my first time organizing. And afterwards, it was like arduous, right? And we worked for that house to be clean. My mom was shook about the house. She renovated the bathrooms and the kitchen because she never knew that the house could look like that. And it did. But that whole thing had to be destroyed. Like a lot of things had to be thrown out. And the whole concept of what you think this place is has to be gone before we can begin anew. And I feel like we are so afraid of death and destruction and the ending of things, and things that do that are evil and bad. My friend recently told me about Abeloth, this figure that's considered no longer canon, I suppose, in the Star Wars universe. If anyone is familiar with Star Wars, I'm not. I just watched Clone Wars, this little clip about the Ones, which has father, daughter, and son. These
police reported ahead.
Thank you. These celestial beings that are timeless. They're of the Force. The Force is kind of like the universal life energy, from what I'm understanding about Star Wars. And I have to get a stand, as y'all can see, because this is not going to work for me. I cannot be just like my shiz and I'm over here falling all over the place. And so apparently there was another character, for those of us who are familiar with Star Wars, I feel like I don't want to go into a whole thing about it, but the sun is essentially dark energy, or the dark side of the force, evil, as they seem to be talking about. The daughter is good, light, the other side of the force, and then the father like maintains the balance between the two, because if he didn't, they would consume and destroy each other. And so apparently there was this woman who was mortal, and she was helping out, she was a servant, and then eventually she became overcame with like the idea like, holy shit, like I'm gonna die and these people, my family, are gonna continue to live. And so she decided to bathe in the font of power. So she was freaking out about being mortal and losing her life and losing her family. And so she bathed in the font of power, which is what the sun had bathed in to become who he is, this powerful entity of the dark side of the force. And then she drank from the well of knowledge, which the daughter, good side of the force, had drank from. So she became this creature with this gigantic like a mouth. She had like, the way they depict her is like with tentacle fingers. She's a shapeshifter, and eventually they have to trap sis in their universe with 5 black holes because she's so powerful. And everybody, the whole thing is talking about how wicked and evil she is, because she's a shapeshifter. She can pulling people in, so and she can change into anyone she's consumed, and she be eating people, and she be fooling people, and she does it all because she's lonely and because she's sad. And I was like, wow, that is sad. That resonates a lot too with how I feel sometimes. And that was an interesting moment to feel that way about a character and be like, this is a character that's supposed to be wicked and evil, and everyone's talking about she's pure evil, the worst character, like so powerful and like wicked because she just destroys things and like destroys people's minds. And I was like, whoa, that is fair. That is fair. I guess destruction, anything. And I've been really asking the question, what is evil? And I think the answer I've come to is anything that is a threat to humanity is evil. We would consider it evil for threatening our lives and for putting our livelihood at risk. That makes it evil, I would say. And like, because I think one of my friends said violence, so like enacting upon somebody. So if you pull up on somebody and you're trying to stab them, or like it's the initiation of force, I suppose. Violence. The other thing someone else told me, like ill will, malice. Those are considered evil and bad. Malice. But I think about all the things that people have done not out of malice. Because I would say very much that slavery was not out of malice. I don't think it was out of ill will. Like, I don't think they were like, how can we be wicked about this? I think they were truly thinking about it from a very detached point of view. And like, that's why I'm like, evil is not just malice. Because that makes it think it's just intention. And then how about impact? I don't know. I just personally think, I don't think destruction is evil. I don't think coronavirus is evil. I don't think dying is evil. And I don't think somebody who kills a lot of people is evil necessarily. Like, they say Ted Bundy was evil. And I'm like, I guess because he killed a lot of people, that makes him evil? That makes him somebody who killed a lot of people. You could put a label on it if you want to, but that doesn't help me understand any better why he's doing those things, how he's doing those things, how he lives with himself, how it makes him feel. We just say he's evil, and then we'd be like, all right, that's it. Evil reminds me of crazy. Just some shit you don't have to explain. Oh, that nigga just crazy over there. So we're not going to interrogate anything he does, because we just write him off. I remember when I went to an improv class, they said, the one thing we would say not to do is not to be crazy as a character, because then it literally just, or like to dismiss your character as your partner as crazy, because then you're discrediting them in front of the audience, because no matter what they say, they're just crazy. So that you have to take them you don't really take what they have to say seriously. Same thing with evil. I think you take them too seriously, in fact. And still though, they don't really lean outside of that box of being wicked. And I think that's why I love concepts or things that you get closer to villains. And I think that's why Joker was so popular for people, is because you get to see behind the face of evil. What is evil? When you can really understand where that man came from. Yeah, that man definitely killed mad people, and it was really messed up. And still you felt for him. And still you could understand what was going on and how he could feel that way. And then you see a movie like
Speed Trap reported ahead.
Thank you. It's just interesting. It's just really interesting. Just things that have been on my mind, on my heart. Wanted to share. So